You ever feel like your story's over? Like the ink ran out halfway through the page and God just stopped writing? Maybe you've messed up, big time. Or maybe life just feels like one big waiting room and your name hasn't been called in years. Listen to me. If you're breathing, God's still building. If you're still here, He's still near. And no matter how silent it feels, the author has not left the pen. See, we're so quick to count ourselves out. I'm too old. I'm too broken. I've made too many mistakes. I missed my chance. Sound familiar? Let me tell you something bold. You can't disqualify what God has qualified. If He called you, He meant it. Let's rewind. Moses killed a man. David, adulterer. Peter denied Jesus 3 times in one night. And God looked at every single one of them and said, I'm not done. I've just begun. You think you've ruined the story. God's the kind of writer who uses torn pages. He specializes in plot twists. Now maybe you're saying, but I feel stuck. I've been in the same place for years. Let me ask you this. Have you ever cooked rice without heat? Exactly. Even rice knows it needs fire to be transformed. So maybe your fire, your struggle, your waiting season. Maybe it's not punishment. Maybe it's preparation. I know. That's not what we want to hear. We want the and suddenly moments. The part where God parts the sea, not the part where we're stuck between Pharaoh and the water. But here's the thing. God does His best work in tight spaces, in caves, in deserts, in prisons, in upper rooms with the doors locked. He shows up when we run out of plans, run out of strength, run out of options. Why? Because when we're weak, He is strong. And that's not just a sweet Sunday verse. That's survival. That's hope when hope feels like a joke. You may feel like nothing is happening, but God is doing more in your silence than you could do with 1,000 words. Let me give you a picture. A seed. When it's planted, it disappears. It gets buried, covered, hidden in the dirt. To the outside world, it looks dead. But something is happening beneath the surface. Roots are forming. Strength is being built. And one day, out of nowhere, that seed breaks through the ground. Not because it was lucky, but because it stayed buried long enough to grow strong enough. So if you're in a dark place right now, don't panic. That might not be your grave. It might be your garden. God is not finished. And by the way, who told you it was too late? Time is not your master. God is. He knows how to redeem every second the enemy stole. He knows how to restore what was broken and multiply what was lost. But you've got to trust Him with the pen. You've got to let Him write. That means letting go of control. Yes, even of that. Because the truth is, your job is not to understand the whole plan. It's to follow the next step. One foot, then the other. You don't have to sprint. You just have to keep going, even if it's crawling, even if it's crying, even if all you've got left is a whisper of faith. That's enough. God hears whispers. He's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's waiting for you to believe, even just a mustard seed. And you know what happens with mustard seeds? Mountains move. So today I'm here to remind you, don't give up. Don't settle. Don't let your past define what God can still do in your future. Your mistakes don't scare Him. Your weakness doesn't disqualify you. In fact, that's the perfect resume for grace. God's not done. So don't you dare close the book. There's more to this chapter. And who knows? This might just be the part where everything changes.